hard, I'm the man with the money. Hit the block hard, I'm the man with the money. Hit the block, hit the block, hit the block, hit the block.
Yo, it's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent A podcast. And man, we're back with another one and a quick one at that. Yo, hit that like button. It's free. Comment below. And as always, subscribe. We appreciate that time. We appreciate that love. And for this, let's get straight into it. We got the likes of Edgar Berlanga taking on Hamzah Sheeraz. Yes, we said it. Hamzah Sheeraz, July 12, 2025 on the undercard of Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. Now, this is big news that came out over the weekend. You know, it got signed up, sealed, and delivered. Ring Magazine announced it first. We all thought, Edgar was going to sign to the likes of PBC and get them scraps going with the likes of Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo. Now, with that said, those fights can still happen. Edgar showing that, he's a one-off man. He's doing his own thing. He has his own promotion. He is his own fighter. He is his own business. So I don't think the book is closed yet on the PBC deal for the likes of Edgar, but I do like this move that he is pulling now. It shows that he can grow, that shows he can fight on his own, even though it's still with a big promotional company with the likes of Turkey Al Sheikh's Ring Magazine and Riyadh Season. But it's still showing that he's a name. He can get the fights. He can get the big draws, especially after the last fight he just had, down in Florida, which he was just the undercard, co-main, you want to name it. And a lot of people started writing him off, right? How do you go from Canelo Alvarez to just a nobody that you're fighting? No disrespect to that fighter, but nobody meaning in the names of a big name, someone that we knew, someone that's in the rankings, someone that will push you up the ladder, both in popularity in the rankings. Now, with that said, this is a 168-pound division, right? This is a risky move, and not a risky move for Edgar Berlanga. It's a risky move for Hamzah Sheeraz for his first fight. And shout out to Turkey, because that's his man. That's who he backs, right? We just had that controversial draw February 22nd, 2025, when Hamzah got the draw against Carlos Adames, when many, even us, we scored it live, had Adames winning that fight. And we saw the likes of Turkey Al Sheikh, get up, go to the corner, Hamzah, try to, motivate him. It's not the first person to do it, but to come out with that draw was a little shaky, and a lot of people challenged what was going on, especially behind the scenes. But more importantly, let's get to the fighter himself, Hamzah. He struggled in that fight with Adames, and there's no disrespect for that. There's nothing to be concerned of, because Adames is a champion. He's a true fighter. He is a real one. And if you're going to challenge or struggle with anyone, you're going to struggle with the likes of Adames. He's a tricky fighter. He's got power. And that was a big step up for Sheeraz. I think they complain, a lot of it's due to the weight drain. Hamzah's a big 160-pound fighter. Now, obviously moving up to 168-pound to fill in at that division and hopefully get some of that power back that he complained that he was losing. But this is a dangerous fight, a risky fight to step up against Edgar Berlanga in your first fight, 168 pounds. Now, we can say what you want to say about Edgar. He's not the most talented boxer in the division. I think Caleb is clearly one of the better boxers left. Obviously, Canelo's still there. But one thing about Edgar is he is no gatekeeper. He is no entry man. He is a top contender, if that, And more importantly, he's got power. He's got power for that division. Yes, some of the people he's knocked out is not the greatest of names, but he's knocking them out and knocking them out in fashion. I expect Berlanga to win this fight, to make a name off this fight, grow his career. I expect Berlanga, the natural 168-pound fighter he is, to either stop Sheeraz, no disrespect, or at least knock him down multiple times in this fight, 1 to 2 times at least. You're the natural 168-pound fighter. He's moving up to your division. You've got KO power, some of the most knockouts, most first-round knockouts in the division. You should If you are who you say you are, the Puerto Rican assassin, one of the top contenders in 168 pounds, a man who went toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez, yes, lost, but got knocked down, got back up, did some good fighting, did some good pressure, laid some hands on Canelo here and there. The guy who's seen Canelo Alvarez in the ring, if that same fighter shows up, yes, he lost. But if he shows up and carries his power, there is no reason Sheeraz should be in there with you. Now, don't get me wrong, Sheeraz is a big boy. I think 6'3", 6'4", if I'm not mistaken. And I have no concern about him filling out at that weight. But what he hasn't done is felt some of that pop, some of that power. And if he struggled with Carlos Adames at 160 pounds, I damn sure expect him to struggle with the likes of Berlanga. Again, I don't think Berlanga's, the top man in the division, nothing like that. I'm not clout chasing and riding on. I'm just saying, I'm first take, first look, looking at the fights, looking at the recent history, looking at their last performances, even the last 2 or 3 fights. I just don't see it. And it's a risky move. Shout out to Turkey for putting his man in there with a big name like this in a big fight. Usually you want to get a little tune up, a little entry when you're moving up in weight. But he said, let's get it done. I think he's gambling. I think and it's a good gamble. It's a nice fight. This is why it's interesting. This is why it's big news, right? Especially on the undercard of Shakur and Zepeda, another good fight. Because if his man wins and Sheeraz comes out and wins this fight, catapults him back up. Everybody forgets about what just happened, with Adames, or maybe they get a rematch at 168 pounds or something like that. If Adames is interested. It's a risk. It's a gamble, and salute to boxing because this is great. This is a fight I didn't know I wanted, and now I do. It's a great fight, great names, great card all together that they just put together for July 12th. I think it's clashing with the MVP all-female card, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they're the same day. I just hate when they do that. But win, lose, or draw, let's make this fight great. Let's push it. But again, Berlanga, you should at least knock this man down once or twice in this fight. You should win. I think you're going to win by stoppage, but worst case, unanimous decision with multiple knockdowns. No disrespect to Sheeraz. He's a good fighter, hell of a fighter. I just think moving up 8 pounds in your first fight is against a hitter like that, you got to show me something, especially after the last fight with Adames. Either way, man, that's our take on this. It's our breakdown. It's your boy Casual Rail. Hit that like button, comment below, and as always, subscribe. We appreciate that love. Until the next time, peace.